The kiss tastes like smoke and something sweeter like sin dressed up as salvation. Her mouth parts under mine, reluctant at first, then desperate, like she's been starving and pretending she hasn't. My hand slides to the back of her neck, gentle enough to ask permission, firm enough to make a promise I'm not sure I deserve to make. Outside my office window, the city breathes cold neon. Inside, it's all shadows, glass, and the low hum of power. Then the sound hits a muffled boom, distant but real. A tremor through the building, somewhere far below. Men shout. Radios crackle. I don't break the kiss. Not yet. Because I know this world. I know how fast the night can turn. I know how quickly someone can go from safe to gone. She flinches against me anyway, like her body recognized danger before her mind could pretend it didn't. I pull back just enough to see her face. She keeps her chin up, eyes locked on mine, trying to look brave. Trying to look like she belongs in my office, in my world under my name, but makeup can't hide everything. A smear on her cheek, foundation cracked near her jaw. A faint shadow beneath her eye too carefully covered, too intentionally ignored. I lift my thumb and wipe through the powder, slow, not tender, not cruel, just inevitable. The color disappears under my touch, and the bruise shows itself like a confession. Her throat tightens, she turns her face away, ashamed like pain is something she's done wrong. My jaw locks, so hard I feel it in my teeth. I've buried men for less than this. I lean closer. Tell me his name. She doesn't answer. Her breathing turns thin, controlled, like she's bracing for impact. I watch her try to decide what's worse, the man who put that bruise on her, or the man in front of her who can make people disappear. A second radio crackles outside the door. A guard's voice. Boss, we got movement at the club. Possible fire. Might be a diversion. A diversion. Someone wants my attention split. Someone wants me looking away, but I can't look away from her. Not from the bruise. Not from the way she's holding herself together with sheer stubborn will. Not from the question hanging in the air, between us like a loaded gun. She swallows, her lips tremble once, then steel. And finally, like she's stepping off a cliff, I can't say it here. I tilt my head. Why? Her eyes flash. Fear, yes. But also something sharper, something like warning. Because he'll hear me, she whispers. And that's when I realize something that makes my blood go colder than winter. Whoever did this is close enough to listen. She takes a shaky breath and finally says the words that seal our fates together. My name is Lana Vale. I don't ask Lana to repeat her name. I memorize it though it sounds. The way it shakes when she says it. The way it feels like a prayer someone taught her to late. I step back and study her like I'm reading a file I never wanted to open. She's wearing a black dress that's too simple to belong in my office and too perfect to be accidental. Hair pinned back. Lipstick applied, with the precision of a woman who knows how to look fine while falling apart. Her hands are steady until she thinks I'm not watching. Then her fingers curl into fists, like she's trying to keep her bones from remembering. Sit, I say. She does, slowly, carefully, like the chair might hurt her if she moves wrong. I crouch in front of her, not kneeling, I don't kneel. But I lower myself until we're eye level. Tell me where, I say. She hesitates. My gaze drifts to her wrists, a faint redness, not cuffs, not ropes. Hands, human hands. My voice turns softer, which is always more dangerous than anger. Lana, if he's close enough to hear you, then he's close enough to hurt you again. Her eyes glisten. You don't understand. I let out a slow breath. Try me. She shakes her head once. A tiny movement, but it carries years of training, years of learning that silence is survival. I stand and cross to the bar, pour water, not whiskey. My hands don't shake, but something in me does. Outside, my men move fast. Radios, footsteps, distant sirens. The city is loud tonight, like it knows something is coming. When I return, I set the glass on the table in front of her. She doesn't touch it. Who's your makeup for? I ask. She blinks. What? The bruises. I say, calm. You didn't cover them for me. You covered them for someone else. Her eyes harden. Don't act like you care. That one lands in my chest. Not because it's true, because, well, he's a step closer. I don't act. She looks up at me, chin lifted, and for half a second I see it, the fight in her, the stubborn refusal to be owned. Then it flickers, replaced by fear. My boss, she says quickly, at the club. Presentable, my club. My name. I feel something hot crawl up my spine. What's his name? She freezes, my voice sharpens. The one at the club. She forces the words out. Rico. Rico is a manager. A coward. A man who'd never dare touch what he thinks belongs to me. So either she's lying. Or the man who did this, I sent afraid of me, and that's a problem. I reach out again, not to take her, just to tilt her face toward the light. She jerks at first, then stills, like she hates herself for reacting. Don't, she whispers. Don't what? I ask. Make me feel safe, she says, voice breaking. Because it won't last. Silence expands between us. Eyes straighten. You came here for a reason. Her eyes flicker to the door, to the shadows beyond it. I didn't come, she says. I was brought. My stomach tightens. By who? She swallows hard. And then my guard knocks once and enters. Pale. Boss, he says. The explosion wasn't the club. I don't move. Where? He hesitates, like he's afraid to speak the words out loud. It was the building across the street, he says. The one your accountant lives in. A message. A warning. I look at Lana again, Achi the bruise, Achi the makeup at the way her fear suddenly makes sense. And I realize something worse than betrayal. This isn't just about her. This is about me, Lana whispers, almost too quiet to hear. He knows where you live. And the lights in my office flicker just once like the city itself blinked. I move fast, but not frantic. Panic is for men without power. Still, my pulse hammers like it wants to break out of my ribs. I step into the hallway, and my men straighten instantly, eyes sharp, hands near their jackets. Lock the building down, I say. No one in, no one out. Check every floor. They scatter. I return to my office and close the door behind me. Slower this time, controlled. Lana is still sitting, but her breathing is uneven now, like she's been holding it for years, and it's finally running out. You said he'll hear you, I say. She doesn't answer. I walk to the window and look down at the street. Police lights flash to blocks away. People running. Smoke rising like a dark flag. Is he a cop? I ask. Her head snaps up. That reaction is answer enough. I turn back to her. Is he? Her lips part, then close. She shakes her head. Small. A detective, she finally admits, but not. Not a good one. A corrupt detective. That explains confidence, access, ears everywhere. And he hits you. I say, not a question. Her eyes flare with humiliation. He didn't. She stops. Her voice dies. She looks down at her hands like they're evidence. I didn't want to get you involved, she whispers. My laugh is cold. Too late. She looks up, and there it is, raw fear of what I am. Matteo, she says softly, like she's testing the name. If you go after him, I step closer. If, her eyes shine. He'll come after everyone, and he doesn't fight like you. I lean in. How does he fight? She swallows. He uses the law when it helps him. He uses fists when it doesn't. And he uses people, human shields, informants, fear. My jaw tightens. Why were you with him? Her cheeks flush. I wasn't with him. Not like that. I wait. She exhales shakily. He found out my sister needed surgery. He offered help. Then he asked for small favors. Then the favors became demands. Her voice fractures. And when you said no, she looks away, shame burning red across her skin. I tried, and she stops, throat working. He reminded me who has power in this city. He stepped back, forcing himself to breathe. This isn't just violence, it's leverage. I've played that game before. I hated it, even when I won. You came to my club, I say, piecing it together. You were close enough to hear things, to see things. Lana's silence is sharp. I lean on my desk, watching her. Did he send you to me? Her eyes lift slowly, and they're not just afraid now. They're wounded. No, she whispers. But he found out I was here, because you told him, I say. She flinches like I slapped her. I regret it instantly, then harden again. Regret is dangerous. I didn't want to, she says, voice breaking. He was watching my sister's hospital room. He sent me a photo. I thought if I gave him something small, he'd stop. My hands curl into fists. Not at her. At him. I cross the room and crouch again, close enough to feel her shaking. I don't touch her this time. Look at me, I say. She does. Eyes wet, furious with herself. I don't care what you gave him, I say. I care what he took from you. Her breath catches. Then, barely above a whisper, he said you wouldn't believe me. I tilt my head. He talks about me. He talks about you like you're a monster, she says. So I'd be too scared to run to you. I smile without warmth. Smart. Her voice turns desperate. Matteo, if you go after him, he'll ruin you. I lean closer. Then I'll ruin him first. A knock interrupts us, quick, urgent. My guard opens the door just enough to speak. Boss, he says. We pulled security from the lobby. Someone planted a listening device in the elevator. I stare at Lana, and she stares back like she's just realized the same thing I have. He's not just hearing her. He's already inside my building. I don't sleep that night. I sit in the dark of my office, shirt sleeves rolled up. The city's glow painting my hands in pale blue. Lana is in the back room, protected, guarded, but not imprisoned. There's a difference, and I need her to know it. Still, I hear her pacing sometimes. Soft steps, restless, like a caged animal that never asked for a cage. At 3:12 a.m., my phone buzzes. A number I don't recognize. I answer anyway. A man's voice, amused. Boss de Marco? The sound of it, my name in his mouth, makes my skin tighten. Who is this? I say. He chuckles. You know who I am. I glance at the closed door behind me. The one that separates me from Lana. And I understand why she didn't want to say it here. He's listening. Let her go, he says lightly, like he's asking for a glass of water. She doesn't belong in your world. I lean back in my chair. Funny. I was about to say the same thing about you. Silence. Then, you think you can protect her from me? My voice is calm. I can. He sighs, bored. Then why is my car already outside your building? My eyes flick to the security monitor. A black sedan, idling across the street. To men inside. Not my men. My guard steps in, tense. Boss, we've got eyes on the vehicle. I hold up a hand, still on the call. You want a war. The detective laughs. I want what I'm owed. Owed. I repeat. You mean the favors you forced out of her. A pause. Then his voice drops. Intimate. She cries pretty. Doesn't she? My blood turns to ice. I hang up. I stand so fast my chair skids. Move her. Now. My men respond instantly. I push into the back room, and Lana stops, pacing the second she sees my face. She knows. She always knows. He called you, she whispers. I step closer, trying to keep my voice steady. Say his name. Her throat works. Her eyes flick to the walls like they're alive. I can't. She whispers. I cup her jaw gentle, controlled. Lana, listen to me. If we keep pretending he's a shadow, he'll keep living in your mouth. Without permission, her eyes feel. I lower my forehead to hers, just for a second. A quiet, brutal tenderness. Say it. I breathe. She trembles. And then, like she's ripping something out of her own chest, Detective Evan Crow. The name hits the room like a gunshot. My men exchange looks. One of them swears under his breath. Crow. Dirty. Untouchable. The kind of cop who sells justice to the highest bidder. And now I know why he isn't afraid. Because he thinks the badge makes him immortal. I pull back from Lana. He's not. She frowns. What? Immortal, I say. He's not. A scream from the hallway slices the air. A gunshot. Then another. My guard bursts in. Boss, they're hitting the building now. Lana's face drains of color. I grab her hand. Stay behind me. She grips my fingers like she has no choice and no desire to let go. We step into the corridor, and everything turns into motion, men running. Radios screaming, the distant clang of the stairwell door slamming open. Someone is inside. Someone with a plan. I push Lana against the wall behind a pillar, and draw my gun, not waving it, not dramatizing. Just holding it like the truth. Footsteps thunder closer. A figure rounds the corner, and freezes when he sees me. Not Crow. A kid. Maybe 20. Nervous. Eyes wild. He raises his weapon anyway. Lana gasps. I fire, once into the wall beside him. The crack is enough. He flinches, drops the gun, bolts. My men chase. I look down at Lana, She's shaking, but she's still standing. And she whispers, devastated, "He sent a kid." I stare down the corridor, jaw tight, because that's the real message. Crow doesn't just want information. He wants to prove he can reach us. Without even showing his face, I move Lana before sunrise. No sirens, no drama, just quiet cars, quiet streets, and quiet men who understand silence is armor. The safe house isn't a mansion. It's a plain apartment above a closed bakery because the best hiding places never look like hiding places. The smell of old sugar and dust lingers in the stairwell. Lana stands in the doorway, hugging herself, eyes scanning corners like they might bite. "You're safe," I tell her. She gives me a look that's almost bitter. "No one's safe around you. I deserve that, so I don't deny it." I step inside first, check the rooms. My men sweep the windows, the locks, the vents. Lana watches it all with a quiet horror, like she's realizing the scale of what she dragged into her life. When the men finish, they step out to the hall, leaving us alone. Just me and her, and the kind of silence that makes emotions louder. She walks to the kitchen and runs water like her hands need something to do. She doesn't drink. She just stares at the stream like it might wash her thoughts away. I lean on the counter, keeping distance, not because I don't want her, because I want her too much. "Crow told you I'm a monster," I say. Her shoulders stiffen. I continue anyway. "He's not wrong about what he can do." She turns, eyes flashing. "Then why are you acting like you care?" Because her question is a knife. I step closer, slow. Maybe I'm tired of men like him pretending they're better than men like me. Her breath catches. "He's a cop, and you think that makes him clean?" I ask softly. She laughs once, humorless. Duh. I watch her face. The bruise is still there, even without makeup. "Let me see it," I say. She tenses. No, I don't move. Lana, her jaw tightens. She looks away. "I don't want you looking at me like I'm broken." My voice drops. "I'm not looking at you like you're broken." She finally meets my eyes, and I say it, honest and brutal. "I'm looking at you like someone hurt." What I can't stop thinking about her lips part. A flush crawls up her throat. Dangerous, intimate, too much. She whispers, "Matteo." I take another step, close enough now that I can feel her breath. "I won't touch you unless you want it," I say. But I won't pretend I don't want to. Her eyes flick to my mouth. A war happens. Inside her face, fear versus hunger. She swallows. "I don't know what I want." I nod, slow. "Then let's start with what you need." Her voice cracks. I need him to stop. I reach out and gently, carefully tilt her chin toward me again. My thumb grazes her cheek, right where the makeup used to hide the bruise. She doesn't flinch this time. She trembles, but she stays. That matters. I'll make him stop. I promise. A knock at the door cuts the moment like a blade. I step back instantly, the warmth snapping into alertness. One of my men calls through the wood. "Boss, we got something." I open the door. He holds up a small plastic bag. Inside it a bullet, engraved, not random, a symbol. To crossed crowns. Caruso, my rival family. My man's voice is tight. Found it in the stairwell. Fresh. I look back at Lana, and my gut twists. Crow isn't acting alone. He's feeding someone. And now the Carusos know where she is. Lana's eyes widen when she sees my face. "What is it?" She whispers. I don't lie. "Your bruise," I say quietly, "might be the smallest thing they do to you. If we don't move first." Her breath stutters, and somewhere downstairs, a door slams hard. We don't get an hour. We don't even get 10 minutes. The first shot comes from below sharp, echoing through the stairwell like a warning bell. Lana flinches so hard she nearly falls. I catch her elbow. "Stay with me." My men take positions. Quiet, efficient, no shouting, no panic. Outside the window, I see movement shadows sliding between parked cars. Caruso soldiers, not cops, not Crow's games. This is Ahichi. I grab Lana's hand and pull her toward the back room. There's a narrow closet behind the bathroom with a hidden door into the neighboring Unitan old escape route. She stares at it like it's unreal. "This is your life." I push the door open. This is survival. A loud crack downstairs, another shot. Then footsteps pounding upward. Lana's breathing turns frantic. "Matteo, I can't." I stop her with a look. "Yes, you can." She glares through fear. Don't talk to me like I'm one of your men. I lean closer, voice low, intense. You're not one of my men. Her breath catches. You're the reason my hands are shaking inside. I whisper. Now move. She moves. We slip through the hidden passage, into the neighboring unit empty, dusty, dark. My men hold the hallway, while I pull Lana into a small storage room. I close the door. In the dark, her body presses close to mine by accident, then stays close by choice. Her hand grips my shirt like she tear it. I'm sorry, she whispers. I don't answer, because sorry doesn't fix betrayal, but it can open the door to truth. Her lips brush my ear when she speaks again. I told him things. There it is. The confession. My chest tightens. What things? Schedules, she says, choking. Where you'd be, which nights you were alone. Her voice breaks. He threatened my sister. Anger surges. But not at her. At the man who used love as a leash. You should have come to me sooner, I say. She laughs bitterly. Why? So you could own me instead? My silence. His answer enough, and she hates that she's right to ask. A crash outside the room makes us both freeze. Muffled voices in the apartment. They're here. A man says, Caruso wants the girl alive. The boss dead if necessary. Alive. Like she's property. Lana's nails dig into my arm. They're going to take me. I tilt my head toward her, lips close to her temple. Not while I'm breathing. She whispers, trembling. Why are you doing this? Because I can't tell her the whole truth. Because the truth is humiliating. Because I'm a man built out of control and violent sand. She makes me want to be something else. But I give her something real anyway. Because I know what it feels like, I say, to be trapped by someone who smiles while they break you. Her breath hitches. In the dark, her fingers slide up my forearm, hesitant, then firmer, like she's testing whether tenderness is allowed here. My heart stutters. This is not the time, but it's the time anyway, because danger doesn't ask permission. Her voice is small. If we live, I don't know how to be okay. I turn my face, and our mouths almost meet, almost. I stop at the last second, breath mingling. Then we learn, I whisper. A gunshot blasts from the living room. My men shout. A body hits the floor. I open the storage, door just enough to see the hallway. To Caruso, men down. One more moving. Then my phone buzzes in my pocket. A message. Unknown number. One line. She's mine. Bring her back. Or I bring the hospital down. Crow. I stare at the screen. And something inside me fractures into a new kind of rage. Because now I know the truth. This isn't about business. This is personal. And the next decision I make will decide whether Lana survives. Or whether my city burns. By morning, I've moved Lana again. Different building, different neighborhood, different air. The kind that tastes like rain and rust. Her hands shake when she drinks water now. She tries to hide it. But I see everything. I sit across from her at a small table, the room lit by weak sunlight through blinds. My men are outside the door, silent as ghosts. Lana stares at me like she's waiting for the part where I become the monster everyone warned her about. Crow threatened the hospital, she whispers. I nod. Her eyes fill with panic. You have to kill him. The words land heavy. I lean back, slow. Is that what you want? She blinks rapidly, like she's trying not to cry. I want him gone. Gone, I repeat. Or dead. Her jaw tightens. What's the difference in your world? That hurts because it's fair. I lean forward, elbows on the table. In my world, dead is easy. But easy doesn't make it right. She stares at me, confused, and something like hope flickers. Cautious. You're saying you won't, she whispers. I'm saying, I reply, I won't do it because it's simple. I won't do it because I'm angry. Her voice trembles. Matteo, he'll never stop. I hold her gaze. Then we make him stop, without becoming him. Silence. Her eyes search mine like she's looking for the lie. Then she whispers, barely audible. How? I inhale slowly. We expose him, I say. We make the badge choke on what he's done. Her expression twists. No one will believe me. I reach across the table, not touching her yet, just close. Then we don't ask them to believe you. I pull out my phone and slide it toward her. A contact name. Federal Internal Affairs. Her breath catches. You know them. I know people, I say, and I know this. Crow is not just hurting you. He's working with Caruso. That means he's fall hard. Lana's hands hover over the phone like it's a weapon. But if we do that, she whispers, terrified, he'll come for me first. I nod once. Yes. She looks up sharply. So why would you? Because I'll be right there, I say. And because you deserve something you've never been allowed to have. Her eyes shine. What? I lean closer, voice soft. A choice. For a moment, the air between us tightens. Her gaze drops to my mouth, then lifts again. She stands suddenly, like she can't breathe, sitting still. I don't know if I can trust you, she says. I rise too slow. You shouldn't trust me easily. She laughs once, broken. That's not comforting. I step closer, close enough now that her back hits the wall. Her breath shakes. I lift my hand and stop inches from her cheek, waiting. She doesn't pull away. I touch her gently, and her eyes close like she's fighting tears. Lana, I whisper, if you want to run from me, I won't stop you. Her eyes open, wet. And if I don't run, my thumb brushes her bruise, feather light. Then I'll spend the rest of my life trying to be worthy of what you risked by staying. Her lips part. She leans forward. A phone rings. One of miming loud. Sharp, we both freeze. He answers, listens, then his face drains. He looks at me. Boss, she's gone. My heart stops. Lana whips around. What do you mean? My man's voice cracks. Not her. Your sister. The room tilts. Lana's hand flies to her mouth, a strangled sound escaping her. I grab my jacket. Because Crow didn't wait. He struck first. And now Lana's choice has been stolen. Hospitals have a smell you never forget. Disinfectant, fear, prayer. I walk fast through the corridor, my men behind me, keeping distance because I won't turn her sister's pain into a parade of violence. Lana runs beside me, mascara smudged now, not hiding anything. No more pretending. We reach the nurse's station. Lana grabs the counter. My sister Mia Vale, where is she? The nurse hesitates. Are you family? Lana's voice breaks. Yes. The nurse points. Room for 112. We rush in. Mia is pale, eyes half open, bruising on her neck like someone grabbed her too hard. Not dead, not dying, but hurt. Lana collapses to her knees beside the bed. Mia, I'm here. Mia's eyes flutter. She tries to speak. Lana leans closer, desperate. Tell me who did this. Mia's gaze flicks past Lana straight to me, and fear flashes across her face. Lana notices and turns, eyes pleading. He's not here to hurt you. Mia's lips tremble. She whispers something too soft. Lana shakes her head, tears falling. Say it again. Mia swallows. The policeman. Lana's whole body goes rigid. I feel my rage rise like a tide, but I clamp it down, tight, because if I lose control here, in this room, I become exactly what Crow wants. I step closer, careful. Did he say anything? Mia's eyes close, like the memory burns. He said, you chose wrong. Lana sobs, hand gripping her sister's. I step back, jaw tight, and pull out my phone. I dial my contact, internal affairs. When he answers, I don't waste words. I have a corrupt detective named Evan Crow working with the Caruso family. I say. He assaulted a witness and attacked a civilian at Mercy Hospital. I can give you proof, but you need to move fast. The man on the line goes quiet. Then, DeMarco, why are you calling me? I glance at Lana, shattered beside her sister, because he crossed a line, I say, and because this time, I'm choosing something else. I hang up. Lana looks up at me with red eyes. You can't fix this. I crouch near her, not touching. Maybe not. Her voice cracks. Then why are you trying? I hold her gaze. Because if I don't, he wins. And I'm tired of letting men like him write the ending. A nurse steps in, tense. Security says, there's a man asking for Lana. Says he's a detective. Lana's face drains. No. I stand, cold. Where is he? In the lobby. The nurse says. With officers. Crow came in daylight. Bold. Untouchable. I look at Lana. Stay here. She grabs my sleeve. Mateo, don't. Her voice is raw, terrified not of Crow, of what I might become. I cover her hand with mine. I won't kill him here. She stares, disbelieving. I swear, I say. Then I turn and walk out of the room because I'm about to face a man who hides behind the law. And I need to do it without giving him what he wants. As I approach the lobby, I see him, Detective Evan Crow. He smiles when he spots me like we're old friends, and he lifts his phone, showing me a video of Lana crying in the safe house, filmed through a window. I told you, he says softly. I hear everything. Crow stands in the lobby like he owns the building. Two uniformed cops flank him. They don't look at me like they want trouble. They look at me like they've been told what to think. Crow smile widens. Matidemarco I face still. Detective. He steps closer, lowering his voice like we're sharing secrets. She's fragile. You should let her go. I stare at him. You're the one breaking her. He shrugs. I'm the one reminding her how the world works. I take a breath, forcing calm. What do you want? His eyes glitter. What I'm owed. I lean in slightly. Money. He laughs quietly. No, that's what your men think you trade in. His gaze sharpens. I want the ledger. I go cold. The Caruso ledger. Proof of payments. Routes. Names. A war starter. You don't get that. I say. Crow's smile doesn't fade. Then her sister gets another visit. My hands itch for violence, but I hold still. Don't. I say. He tilts his head. Or what? You'll shoot a cop in a hospital lobby. You'll prove every headline about you is true. He leans closer, voice a whisper. You'll become the monster she's afraid you are. I feel the trap tightening. He wants me to snap, to spill blood under cameras, to ruin myself so I do something else. I smile. Not warm, not friendly, just calm. You want the ledger, I say. Fini. Crow's eyes brighten. Smart. I continue, but you don't get it here. He frowns. Where then? Docks. I say, tonight. Midnight, you come alone. He laughs. You think I'm stupid? I shrug. No, I think you're arrogant. His eyes narrow. I lean in, voice low. And arrogant men always believe they're safe. Crow holds my gaze for a long moment. Then he nods. Midnight. He steps back and gestures to the cops. See, we can all be reasonable. As he turns to leave, he looks over his shoulder. And Mateo? He says. I pause. He smiles. Tell Lana. Bruises look better when they're fresh. Something in me nearly breaks. But I hold it. He walks out. I stand there, breathing slow, letting my rage burn without exploding. My man approaches, tense. Boss, you can't give him the ledger. I look toward the hallway where Lana is. I'm not giving him anything, I say. My mum frowns. Then what are we doing? I answer quietly. We're taking everything from him. That night, I go back to Lana. She's sitting beside Mia's bed, hair messy, eyes hollow. She looks up when I enter, searching my face like she's trying to read the ending. He came, she whispers. Didn't he? I nod. Her voice shakes. What did he say? I step closer, careful with my words. He wants the ledger. Lana's eyes widen. No, Mateo. That will start a war. I crouch beside her. A war already started the moment he put his hands on you. Her eyes fill with tears. Then what are you going to do? I hesitate. Because the truth is terrifying. I'm going to set a trap. I say. She grabs my wrist, and if it goes wrong, I meet her gaze. Steady. Then you run. I say. You take your sister, you disappear, and you never look back. Her face crumples. And you? I swallow. I'll handle what I am. I whisper. Lana shakes her head violently. I don't want you to die. The words hit me like a bullet, because I didn't know I needed to hear them. I lean in, forehead nearly touching hers. Then pray it goes right, I whisper. Outside the room, a nurse coughs awkwardly and steps away, giving us privacy like she can feel the gravity. Lana's hand slides up my arm, hesitant, then firm. And for the first time, she kisses me like she isn't asking permission to exist. Soft, shaking, real. Then she pulls back, tears on her cheeks. Don't become him, she whispers. I hold her face gently. I won't, I promise, but midnight is coming, and Crow is expecting a ledger, not a reckoning. The docks are a graveyard at night, metal containers stacked like silent tombs. Water slapping against concrete, wind slicing between cranes. I arrive with one car. Convoy. No show. Because tonight isn't about intimidation. It's about proof. My men are hidden. Not around me, around the exits, the shadows, the places Crow doesn't think to look, because he believes the badge makes him untouchable. I carry a folder under my arm. Inside it, a fake ledger, and a small recording device taped to my chest beneath my shirt. Crow arrives 10 minutes late, because men like him like to make you wait. He steps out alone, hands in his coat pockets, smiling like this is a date. You look tired, he says. I return the smile. You look confident. He chuckles. I am. He stops a few feet away. Where's the ledger? I hold up the folder. Right here. His gaze sharpens. Toss it. I do, gentle, letting it slide across the concrete. He picks it up, flips through it quickly. Then his smile falters. This isn't it, he says. I tilt my head. No. He steps closer, eyes narrowing. You think you can trick me? I shrug. I think you're sloppy. His face darkens. You're forgetting your place. I step closer too, calm. And you're forgetting something. He sneers. What? I lean in, voice low enough that only he can hear. You hit a woman, I say. You threatened her sister. You made yourself more than corrupt. His eyes flash. She's a tool. I hold his gaze. Say that again. He laughs. She's a tool. Like all of them. You think you're special because you wear expensive suits instead of a badge. His voice rises, ego swelling. You're a criminal, Matteo. I'm the law, and the law can do whatever it wants. I let him talk, because every word is being recorded. He steps closer, almost nose to nose now. You want her? Fine. Keep her. I'll take something else. His eyes glitter. I'll take your empire, bit by bit. I'll bleed you slowly. And when she begs me to stop, I'll remind her exactly how it feels to be helpless. My hands curl into fists, but I don't swing. I breathe, slow. Then I say, soft and deadly, you're finished. He laughs. No one will touch me. I tap my chest lightly. You sure about that? His smile falters. Then his gaze snaps to the shadows. Too late. Floodlights flare on, blinding. Men step out, not mine. Federal agents? Crow stumbles back, blinking, furious. What the? An agent approaches. Weapon down, but voice firm. Detective Evan Crow, you're under arrest. Crow's face twists into disbelief. This is insane, DeMarco. Set me up. The agent holds up a device. We have your confession. We have your threats. We have your cooperation with Caruso. Crow's eyes lock on me, pure hatred. You think this saves you? I step close enough to whisper, no. I say it saves her. They cuff him. He jerks, struggling, spitting venom as they drag him away. He shouts, Caruso will burn you. And she watch. The agents push him into a vehicle. I stand there, breathing hard, not from fear, from restraint. My phone buzzes. A message from my man, Caruso moving. Multiple vehicles. They know. I stare at the screen, because Crow was only one problem. Caruso is the war. And now, they'll come for Lana harder than ever. I turn toward the dark water, jaw tight. And I whisper to myself, hold on, Lana, because the next fight won't be with a corrupt cop. It'll be with the city itself. I return to the hospital before dawn. Lana is asleep in a chair beside Mia's bed, head tilted back, exhaustion carved into her face. One hand rests on her sister's blanket like she's anchoring herself to reality. I stand in the doorway for a moment, watching, not as a boss, not as a man feared, just as someone who can't believe tenderness still exists in his world. She wakes when I step closer, eyes snapping open ready for danger. Then she sees me. Matteo, she whispers, voice hoarse. Did you? It's done, I say. She sits up fast. Crow. I nod. Arrested. Recorded. Finished. For a second, she just stares like her mind can't accept relief. Then her breath shudders out of her, and she covers her mouth, crying silently like she doesn't know how to release pain without apologizing for it. I kneel beside her, and this chimi I touch, careful pulling my chest. She doesn't resist. She collapses into me like her body's been waiting years to stop pretending. I thought he'd never stop, she whispers into my shirt. I know, I say. She pulls back, eyes searching mine, terrified again. But Caruso, I know, I say again. Her face tightens. So what now? This is the moment I've been avoiding. Because now she has freedom, and freedom means she can leave me. I swallow. I can get you out, I say, New name, new city. You and Mia, safe. Her eyes widen slightly. And you. I force myself to say it. I stay. I finish what's coming. Lana's lips tremble. You're offering me a door. Yes, I say. She studies me like she's trying to decide if this is love or control disguised as kindness. I add quietly, and I won't be angry if you walk through it. Silence. Then she stands, slow, wiping her cheeks. She walks to the window and looks at the early light creeping into the sky. When she speaks, her voice is steadier. I spent so long being told what I had to do, she says, who I had to obey, what I had to hide. She turns to face me. I don't want to run because I'm afraid, she says. I want to choose because I'm free. My chest tightens. She steps closer. If I leave, it will be because I choose peace. I nod once. And if I stay, she continues, eyes locked on mine, it will be because I choose you without bruises, without threats, without anyone owning me. My throat goes dry. She reaches out and touches my cheek, mirroring what I did to her, but different, not exposing pain, offering truth. I'm not yours, she whispers. I hold her gaze. I know, her lips curve faintly, sad and brave. But I want to be beside you. My pulse stutters. Before I can answer, my phone buzzes again. One message. Caruso hit tonight. They're coming for the hospital. I go still. Lana sees my face change. What is it? I don't lie. They're coming, I say. And they'll use this place to punish me. Lana's eyes flash with fear, then something else. Resolve. She steps closer, voice firm. Then we move Mia. I stare. Lana. She cuts me off. No. This time I'm not the woman who hides bruises. I'm the woman who chooses. My heart aches at the courage in her voice. And I realize the transformation already happened. Not in the gunshots, not in the kiss, but in the moment she decided her life isn't a thing men trade. I nod once. Okay, we move. Because love in my world is never safe. But maybe it can still be real. And as we wheel Mia down the corridor, Lana's hand slips into mine, tight, unshaking. And I know the next chapter of our lives will be war, but this Chimmy. She won't face it alone. Crow is gone, not dead, exposed. And that matters more than people think, because, for the first time, Lana isn't living under someone else's threat. For the first time, her sister can heal without fear of footsteps. In the hallway, for the first time, Lana can look in a mirror and see her own face, not the mask she painted over pain. But the city doesn't forgive. Caruso moves like a storm, angry that one of their favorite weapons, the dirty cop, has been ripped away. The streets feel tighter now, more eyes, more whispers, more shadows that don't belong. And I know what comes next. The war isn't over. It's waking up. Still. Something changed in me too, because I didn't solve this by becoming worse. I solved it by refusing to let cruelty write the ending. And Lana, she didn't survive by hiding. She survived by choosing truth over silence. Choosing freedom over fear, choosing a dangerous love, but on her terms. And that's what makes this story different. Not the guns, not the rivals, not even the kisses that taste like fire. It's the moment she finally looked at me, a man built from darkness, and said, I'm not yours, but I choose to stand beside you. So now I ask you, if love came with danger, with consequences, with a cost that could change your life, would you stay?